Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. This is TarotWithGen and today we are going to be doing a November 2021 prediction. So we're going to be looking at your career, your money, your love life, your spiritual life, and kind of any consequences or challenges you may be facing in this month, and maybe any positives and good things that you will be experiencing in this month as well. So we're going to be looking at the light and the dark and just an overall view of your month. So without further ado, I have three piles here, left to right. We've got pile 1, which is an amethyst. Pile 2, which is some rose quartz. And pile 3, which is some malachite. So feel free to pick your pile now. I will be taking cards from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck over here. And yeah, feel free to choose your timestamp and I will see you when you get there. Hello guys that pick pile number 1, or the amethyst. So this is going to be your reading for November 2021. So we're going to start off by just doing this to the cards, just cutting the cards, cutting the deck, to just kind of get a vibe of your energy and just kind of reset the deck. I always like to do that. So we're going to start off by getting a card about your career in November. So pile 1's career in November 2021. Pile 1's career in November 2021. So we're going to take this card. I'm also not going to be taking reversals today. I really got the feeling not to take reversals, so I'm not going to take them. Now we're going to be looking at pile 1's financial life or monetary life in November 2021. Pile 1's monetary life in 2021. Whoa, okay, Queen of Cups. Got a lot of cup energy so far, guys, so a lot of water sign energy. And then we've got, whoa, everything is just falling out. There's a lot of cards falling in this reading, so maybe that means that you guys just have a lot going on in November. Then I want a card for pile 1's love life in November 2021. Love life in November 2021. Love life in November 2021. Love life. I am hearing stagnant for your love life. I don't know why. Yeah, that just came through. Love life in November 2021. I also heard puppy dog. I don't know why, so I feel like a lot of you guys may have dogs, or you may be getting a dog in November. I don't know why that came through. Maybe your dog's having puppies. Love life in November 2021. Love life in November 2021. Love life in November 2021. Guys, nothing is coming out. It's really annoying. Love life in November 2021. Oh my god, and then like 10 cards come out at once. Love life in November 2021. Love life. Oh, there we go. We got a card, guys. It's looking good. The Hermit. Okay, that's exactly what I felt, like stagnant energy for your love life, so that completely makes sense. So now we're going to take a card for your like spiritual life. So obviously you guys may be into spirituality. You may, I mean, if you're watching this video, you probably are into some kind of spirituality, but we're just going to be looking at that and kind of where you are at spiritually. Pile 1 spirituality. Okay, and then we got the 9 of Pentacles. We're also then going to be looking at some kind of like challenges you may be facing, and then also some kind of positive things that may be happening to you, so kind of like achievements, things like that. So can I have, whoa, right, this is for your challenges. This just came shooting out. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. Interesting, so we got the 8 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. So you guys may be working on something that might be a challenge this month. And then any positive news for pile number 1 in November 2021. Positive news for pile number 1 in November 2021. Positive news for pile number 1 in November 2021. Positive news for pile 1 in November 2021. Oh, okay. A card came shooting out by there. And we've got the King of Cups, guys. So, very interesting. We've got, obviously, mostly minor arcana, 1 major arcana here with the Hermit. Got a lot of Cups energy and a lot of Pentacles energy. So water signs and earth signs may be quite prominent this month, or you may have that quite prominently in your chart. Okay guys, so I just moved the camera around a little bit and the cards a bit because I want to kind of work on my setup and make it as good as I can for you guys. So it's less on an angle now and a little bit more zoomed in, so hopefully you are happy with it. But yeah, we are now going to get into your reading, and yeah, overall, while looking at these cards, I'm feeling a pretty enthusiastic, positive, and quite happy month for you guys. There's a lot of water energy here with the cups and a lot of earth energy with the pentacles. So you guys could be water signs, earth signs, or have those placements in your chart. All those signs could just be prominent in your life this month. Also, emotions and work are probably going to be kind of like the main focus of your month, is what I'm feeling. Just because there isn't really any other energy here. It's very like cups and earth, when cups obviously usually represent more emotional things and kind of being in connection with your emotions, and pentacles represent work and really striving hard. So yeah, and also money as well. So we'll get into this now. So first of all, looking at the first card, we have the Six of Cups, which represents children, creativity, things like that. And this card was obviously meant to be representing your career. So you guys may be doing something creative this month. It may not be necessarily that you do a creative career. Some of you may. I'm hearing artist, painter, for some reason, photographer as well. So you guys may have those jobs. If you do not, it may just be that you're doing something creative this month. So let me think of an example. Like, say you work in a business, a corporate business, and you work in kind of like an office building. You may be doing a creative presentation this month, something like that, that is going to express your creativity. This could obviously just imply something as simple as that, or this could imply that you guys are actually moving to a more creative career, or you're trying to make something that is something that you enjoy doing that's creative part of your career. This could have been something that you enjoyed doing as a child, or something that's just genuinely creative, like maybe you really enjoy making Etsy bracelets in your spare time, and you want to try and make that your job. I think you're going to be really striving for that this month. And that is also indicated here in the challenges, so we'll get back to that later. But yeah, that's really, really interesting. You guys could also work with children, so you may be teachers, you may be play workers, you may work in a nursery, something alongside that. Or I'm hearing for some of you may be parents. I'm hearing mummy, so don't know if that relates to any of you, but yeah, your work could be focused more around children or creativity this month. That's really what I'm getting for this card, and I think it's going to be a breath of fresh air for a lot of you guys. I'm really getting that with kind of like the flowers and this little person kind of like looking at the flowers and smelling them. I feel like it's going to be a breath of fresh air. So whatever you get to do this month, I feel like there's going to be some kind of creativity in it, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So career is looking really, really positive in terms of like enjoyment. And even if you're not a creative person, don't freak out with that. It's probably just, you know, creativity can be seen so many ways. It's so abstract. It's not as simple as like drawing and painting and music, because I'm aware that not everyone likes those things. But this could just be you expressing yourself in a way at work that makes you really happy. So that is it for career. Obviously career heavily links to money. So with the money card here, we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, so this isn't really like a necessarily like money card, because usually money is kind of associated with the pentacles and more of the earthly realms, but this card is more focused on like caring and being nurturing and things like that. So you guys, I feel like, are going to be more focused on caring for yourself and caring for others this month, rather than worrying about money. I feel like financially you're probably doing okay, you're probably doing fine. I feel like you guys may actually be able to do some kind of like self-care, self-love kind of things this month, and because you have a little bit of extra money. And I feel like you're just not really focused on that. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like for most of you, you're not like worried about money. I'm feeling if you are, don't worry about it. Like, take care of yourself and take care of others around you, and like the benefits will be reaped. Like, I feel like you guys are fine in terms of money, and I feel like you're like more focused on kind of like caring for the people around you. And I feel like a lot of you are more focused on spiritual stuff rather than money. So kind of like spiritual abundance rather than physical money abundance. And I think this links heavily to your career, because I think whatever you're doing for a career, it's something that makes you happy, and if it isn't, you're going to be doing something this month that makes you happy in terms of a career, even if it's just a little thing. And I feel like this might link, like, I think for a lot of you it might be that you care for the children you work with, so you might make money from it, but you're not there for the money, if that makes sense. And I feel like if you're not in a job like that, where you care for what you do, maybe you hate your job, it could just be one little thing that you do this month that makes you feel like you're happy, and then like this is kind of like some kind of form of self-care for you. But I feel like for a lot of you, your job and your money are very linked. Yeah, I know people in my life that have jobs that they don't do it for the money, you know, like obviously the money is like a bonus, but they actually do it because they love expressing themselves through creativity. Like they may love music or art or drama or whatever, or they may just love being around children, and they love teaching the children, they love developing them and like helping them through like life's obstacles and stuff, and that's why they do their job. And I think that's kind of the energy that you guys are feeling this month. And even if you don't, like I said, even if you work in like a business or some kind of corporate company, or you do something completely different, I feel like most of you don't, but if you do, then I feel like you're just gonna have something this month that makes you feel like you're making a difference, and that you're doing it for some other reason, you know, not just to make money. So if you normally feel like, oh, I just do this 9 to 5 to make ends meet, I feel like this month you're going to have a bit of a different insight, and your money is going to be more focused around caring for yourself and others, rather than and kind of like displaying and expressing a positive message rather than focusing on the money. So that's really positive, and I really, really like that for you guys. I also had a quick message from Spirit then that was like, if there is anything that you guys want to do creatively as a career, or anything like working with children, maybe you work in a completely different environment right now, but you really want to be more creative, you want to make your own film, or you want to have a YouTube channel where you sing, or you want to go and work with children in a school, but you're like too scared to do any of that, Spirit is telling you to go for it and work on this, and like that will be a really good career for you, and that will make you really abundant. And obviously if you're abundant in yourself, you're going to be financially abundant and abundant holistically. So that is definitely something Spirit is saying here and highlighting. But I think this month is really positive for you guys in terms of your career and monetary situation. Now moving on to love. So I did, when I was shuffling, I'm sure if you guys watched that bit, you would have heard me say that before I even picked the card, that there was quite a stagnant energy around love, and I do really, really feel that with the Hermit here. Just kind of clarifies for me there is a very stagnant energy. Like, I feel like you guys are kind of retreating, you're kind of going back to being on your own. A lot of you may have just, I'm not feeling like heartbreak, but I feel like maybe a while ago you came out of a relationship and you're just maybe not ready yet to put yourself out there. Spirit is telling you, if you are putting yourself out there, Spirit is kind of saying have some hermit mode, you know, like go within yourself, retreat, heal. This is all about just kind of being alone and understanding the light and dark aspects of you, and not getting too caught up in other people. I think this month is very much like focused on your career and focused on working alone on like your emotional kind of abundance, rather than focusing on other people. So I don't see much happening for you in love if you are single. I feel like this is a very kind of lone energy, and if you're in a relationship and you're like, but I'm already with someone, then that makes sense and that's absolutely fine. But this is just saying that like you may be apart from your partner a little bit this month, or Spirit is indicating that you should try and be away from your partner a little bit this month. Obviously don't never see them, you know, you don't have to never like do anything dating or relationship wise, but I would just say kind of take a step back and be on your own for a little bit. I think you may have more alone time this month rather than more time with someone you're in a relationship with, or with someone that you're dating, or on the dating scene if you're not with anyone. So just bear that in mind this month. I think Spirit is really saying like shine your own light from within. That's what I heard. So yeah, really be alone, kind of chill, and the joy will come flooding in is what I'm feeling. So yeah, Spirit's really telling you to go alone, and this makes a lot of sense when we look at the next card, which is the 9 of Pentacles. So this obviously is for your spiritual card, so this is to do with your spirituality, and I feel like a lot of you guys are working on your spirituality this month. This is all about kind of like going within and seeing what gifts you have to offer the world. So a lot of you may be going through a spiritual awakening right now with the Hermit and the 9 of Pentacles, and I feel like a lot of you are going to be really happy when you come out of this cycle. So this month may be a quieter month for you on like the social front and in terms of like relationships and things like that with people, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. I think a lot of you are maybe like researching more into spirituality, or you're getting more into spirituality, or if not, you're just connecting with your own emotions more, which I feel like is really beneficial for you. And if you're not already doing this, this is definitely indicative for the month of November, or it's also implied that you should be doing this, and this is something that will really, really help you out. I'm not feeling any like super kind of heavy energies with this. I'm not feeling, like I said, that you guys have recently gone through a breakup or like a heartache. You may have, but I don't feel that. I feel more just like you need some time alone, and whether you're with someone or not, I just feel like you need some time to retreat, you need some time to focus on yourself, and you need some time to kind of be at one with yourself and understand your spiritual gifts, because I feel like for a lot of you, you do have some kind of spiritual gifts that maybe you need to explore, and I feel like a lot of you are maybe on the surface level of it, but you're not going deep enough, and Spirit is saying like if you go deeper, like you'll reap the benefits. So that's definitely indicated here. And then over here with the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles over here. But with the Eight of Pentacles, this is meant to represent the challenges you may be facing in your life this month. And this came out shooting out, and it came out really, really quickly. So I think for you guys, something that you're going to be kind of focusing on this month, or a challenge you may be facing, is working really, really hard. And I think that may actually be to do with this Hermit energy. You may be having quite a solitary month where you're focusing on working on something. So you could be working on a project. I feel like this could be heavily linked to this. So what your kind of challenges are could be heavily linked to your work or career, not in a negative way. I don't really think this is necessarily a challenge. I'm feeling that you guys are just going to be working really hard, like out of your own free will, but also like you're encouraged to work really hard, and I don't think that's a negative thing. But yeah, anyway, so you guys could be working on like a creative project, like I said earlier, and that is something to do with your career, and that's what's bringing you this emotional abundance, which is probably going to lead to you guys making money this month. But if it's not, then you guys could just be working really, really hard on your craft. So maybe like whatever you do for a job now, you could just be working really hard on it. I feel like I said, this is linked, like whatever creative pursuit you're doing in your job, or whatever creative pursuit you do for your job, you're probably going to be working really, really hard for this month. So it could be that you're working long hours, it could be that you're working after work, it could be that you're working in your spare time. I just feel like you're going to be working hard, and I don't think that's necessarily a challenge. It's just you guys may be kind of a little bit tired after this month is over, because you have been working really, really hard. But then we have the King of Cups for your positives. So I feel like whatever you guys are doing this month, in terms of like creativity, career, spirituality, is going to make you feel super empowered. It's going to make you feel like super in charge of your own life. And I think a lot of people are going to respect you for that, and a lot of people are going to see you on a bit of a hierarchy because of that. I feel like you're going to be perceived really positively this month, and that's kind of what I'm getting from this. And I feel like emotionally you're going to feel very abundant come the end of the month. I'm hearing like around the 21st for some reason of November, you're going to feel super positive. And also I just realised the 21st of November will be 21, so that will actually be 1111, which is 1111. So yeah, I don't know why I got that, but yeah, there's also a lot of ones in these cards actually. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I feel like you guys may be coming to a point where you feel like you understand. I feel like a lot of you already know your life purpose. That's why I didn't want to say you understand your life purpose, but I feel like a lot of you are coming more in line with your life purpose, or in line with what you want to do, or more content with what you are doing. I feel like a lot of you already know what you want to do, but you're just becoming more abundant in it. And yeah, I feel like this is just a super positive month for you, very focused on yourself, on your own endeavours, on your own spirituality, on your own work, and less focused on other people. I feel like a lot of you, I'm hearing of curse out bad bitches. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but yeah, a lot of you may have cut people out recently, or just kind of drifted away from people to focus on yourself. And I'm feeling like I just heard people don't get me. So it could be that you guys are kind of distancing yourself because you feel like no one really understands you, and you want to work more on this. You want to understand more about yourself, and more about the spiritual realms or your creative pursuit, and you're less focused on what other people think about you. Like, you don't care anymore. I'm hearing you don't care no more. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you don't really care anymore what other people think, and that's a brilliant energy to be in, you know, just owning yourself, figuring out what you want, and focusing on self-care, self-love, and self-expression. That's amazing. So I feel like you guys are feeling really empowered come the end of the month, and I think this is a super positive, enthusiastic month for you. But your love life is looking stagnant, but the rest of your life isn't. So I feel like you're not really going to be caring about the fact that you're not with anyone, or you're not really focused on love this month. You could even be in a relationship, but you're not worrying about that. You're not thinking about it. You're thinking about yourself. And I'm hearing like, don't feel selfish for doing that. Don't think you look selfish for doing that, or don't think you're being selfish for doing that, because that is a really healthy thing to do, to look after yourself, to focus on yourself. And if you are in a relationship with anyone, they will completely understand this. If they don't, then that's a whole nother story. But yeah, like, I'm hearing that they mostly understand this if you are in a relationship, and if you're not, then you're not even going to have time to really think about dating this month. So I would say that's honestly a really nice energy, like I said, to be in, and really positive, especially if you've previously not been this kind of person. I feel like this is a big spiritual growth for you guys. Growth, not growth. I don't know what's going on with my words in this reading, but I feel like that makes sense though, because you guys are going into hermit mode, you may not be talking to many people as much. So, yeah, you're going to be focusing on your own rather than talking. I'm hearing Spirit tell me to stop talking now because you've said it all. So anyway, that is the end of pile number 1. I really hope you guys loved this message. This was a super empowering and positive message. I loved it. I hope you have an amazing day and an amazing November 2021. And I will see you for next month's reading. Bye bye. Hello to everyone that chose pile number 2, or the rose quartz over here. So we are going to start off with some cards about, well, one card about your career, one card about your like finances and stuff, and then we're going to move on to love, spirituality, challenges, and not like obstacles, I guess, and challenges, and kind of like the positive aspects of the month as well. So I'm going to start off by cutting your deck, because I always like to do this at the start of the reading. Boom, boom, boom. And then we're going to get a career, starting off a career. Oh my god, I really can't talk today. I don't know what's going on with me, but yeah, a card for your career. Can I have a card for pile 2's career, please? Can I have a card for pile 2's career? Whoa. Okay, like literally so many cards came out, so I'm just going to do that again. Card for pile 2's career, card for pile 2's. Card for pile 2's career. Card for pile 2's career. Okay, so many cards keep coming out, guys. I don't know why. But I'm hearing Spirit tell me to take this one, so I'm going to take this one. This one was on top, so it kind of makes sense. And this is, of course, the 8 of Cups. Then can I have a card for... Oh, wow, okay. So many cards keep falling out. And this was not happening as much in the first part, but this did happen a little bit in the first part as well. So I feel like a lot's going on for November for a lot of you. For like the collective, you know. Can I have a card for pile number 2's monetary matters in November? November 2021. Money for pile number 2. Pile number 2's money. November 2021. Okay, and we have the 5 of Swords. I also want to say I'm not taking reversals today. I really felt like I shouldn't be, so I'm not going to be taking them. And can I have a card for pile number 2's Love Life in November 2021? And it fell on the floor. Okay, we've got the 4 of Cups. And can we have a card for pile number 2's Spiritual Situation in... Oh, wow, okay. This card is the only one that was upright, so we're going to take that one. Like when I say upright, I don't mean like this, I mean just like facing up. And we've got the 2 of Swords for your spiritual beliefs and spiritual life. Can I have challenges for November 2021 for pile number 2? Challenges for pile number 2, November 2021. Challenges for pile number 2, November 2021. Okay, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, sorry, not the Queen of... We've got the 9 of Pentacles, not the Queen of Pentacles, my bad. And then we have some positives for this month, for November 2021, for pile number 2. Oh my god, all these cards are just like rolling out today. And then can we have some positives for pile number 2 for November 2021, November 2021, pile number 2. Okay guys, and then we've got the 9 of Swords. Sorry if you can hear people outside, by the way. Everyone's been very loud today. I think it's because it's a Saturday and everyone's just like off and like going a bit crazy, but like everyone is being so loud, so just bear with me. I'm also just going to move these cards down a little bit. Still trying to work out my camera and like the frame and stuff, because obviously I've only filmed like a few videos recently, so I'm just kind of getting used to my setup and seeing what works best, but that is looking quite good. Okay, so guys, starting off over here with the 8 of Cups. Sorry, I literally felt like I had to burp then, but I couldn't, and it was like, I was like getting a really weird like out of breath feeling. Anyway, the 8 of Cups, this is in terms of your career. So I really feel like a lot of you are walking away from a career this month. This, I feel like for a lot of you is quite a big move. For some of you it may not be walking away from a career, it might not be leaving a job, but it could definitely could be. So it just depends on your situation. This could be walking away from a particular part of a career that's making you unhappy or it could be walking away from a job entirely. So it may be that maybe you're expected to do loads of extra hours at your job, and that makes you really unhappy, really exhausted, and really kind of down, so that you guys may be walking away from that this month. You may be saying no to that this month. You're like, no, I'm not doing any more extra hours anymore. It's taking its toll on me and I'm not a robot, kind of thing. So you're walking away. Or it may be that you guys are changing your career completely and you're like, look, I'm so done with this job. I'm going to walk away. It's not emotionally fulfilling me and it's not making me happy. I'm also hearing that this may be for some of you in the past, like you've already done this. You've already walked away from a career that's making you unhappy. And Spirit is saying that if you've done this, this is definitely going to be beneficial in the long term for you. And at the moment, you may feel like you're walking up a long, long mountain, but 100%, this is a journey. I'm feeling like, I'm getting this imagery of like someone like leaving their job and then having to walk a really, really long journey home up like loads of hills and mountains and past forests. And it's really tricky first, but eventually they will see like the sun and the light at the end of it all, and it will be so much more worth it, and that you guys will end up having so much more benefits now that you've left this job, or once you do leave this situation. So in terms of career, I really think you guys are leaving something behind. If you're not actually leaving a career as in like leaving your whole job, if you have no plans to do that, then don't freak out. It may just be that you're leaving an aspect of the job. Like I said, if you're expected to work super long hours and you're like completely done with that aspect of it, then you're going to be saying no to that this month. You know, you're going to be like leaving that, and if that means that they don't want you anymore, you're like fine. So I feel like for a lot of you, you are kind of leaving a job and you are kind of moving on from a career, and don't freak out about this, don't worry about this. I would say this is actually a really beneficial move, and like I said, some of you may have already done this, and I feel like this is going to benefit you in the long term, so don't worry, okay? It's all going to be fine. But yeah, I'm hearing like you need to change your pursuit of happiness. That is a film, and I really like that film actually, with Will Smith in it. But yeah, I don't know, maybe you guys should go and watch that film. It's a very inspiring film actually. But yeah, I'm hearing like you need to just leave the situation if it's making you unhappy. Obviously, if you're in a job that you love, it may not be that you're leaving your job, it may just be that like an aspect of your job is making you unhappy. And I think most of us have this, where like an aspect of our job or an aspect of our career is making us unhappy. Like, for example, I'm currently studying at university and I find my subject that I'm studying really interesting. I'm doing like psychology and education, which I love. I find that really, really exciting, but it definitely does take its toll on me sometimes because it's a lot of work. My workload is extremely high and a lot is expected of me. And I think a lot of people feel that. So it could just be that you feel a lot of stress and you need to kind of leave some of the things in the past that are stressing you out in terms of your career. Because as much as we're here, a lot of us do fulfill a purpose in terms of career. It's not our whole life. And I think a lot of us place too much emphasis on labelling, oh, I do this and that's like me, you know, and that's like the whole definition of me, like I'm a doctor and that's it, you know, whereas there's so much more to life. Like you may be a doctor, a sister, a mum, a friend. You may have like 10 different hobbies that you like doing, you know, and you can't just label yourself from your career is what I'm feeling. So a lot of messages around career for you guys. I feel like it's kind of been a big revelation for you to kind of move out of this career or say no to a certain part of your career. I feel like a lot of you have people-pleasing tendencies as well, where you want to make others happy and you want to not disappoint other people. And I feel like this month you're like, I'm not focusing on that. Like, I'm just going to go. So yeah. And then in terms of your monetary matters, we've got some swords energy here. I also just wanted to say it's mostly cups and swords energy, so a lot of air energy here with the 3 swords cards, a little bit of water energy, and a little bit of pentacles as well. So that's mostly earth, water and air signs for you guys. I'm feeling air heavily though, and also emotional. Like I'm feeling it's quite like heavy this month, not in a negative way, but just like, you know, those months where you're just more emotional. Like I feel like that is this month for you guys, and I feel like you're actually listening to your emotions this month, whereas some of you may have not listened to them in the past, and I feel like by listening to them you'll get into a much better place. So yeah, in terms of money anyway, we've got the 5 of Swords, which does naturally represent conflict and kind of maybe disagreeing with other people and feeling a little bit kind of, I don't know, like disheartened, I guess. And I reckon this relates a lot to this career. Obviously money and career kind of equally go together. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. If you guys are like leaving a job, you may feel like you're disappointing other people and walking away from other people, and it may also cause a little bit of conflict with other people. It's not the 5 of Wands, so we don't have like crazy conflict going on, but it may just be you feel like you've disappointed other people and kind of left them. So if you are saying no to the extra hours, or you are kind of leaving a job, you may feel slightly bad about this, but honestly, Spirit is telling me don't feel bad. They've put you through enough. Don't feel bad, and like it's okay to care for yourself. It's great to care for yourself, actually. They're really telling me, like, they're really emphasising, like, don't feel bad about the situation. Just let it go, you know? But in terms of money, you may be feeling like you've left financial opportunities behind this month. I'm feeling like maybe for a lot of you, this job may have made you a good amount of money that you were content with. It may have not made you enough money, though, for some of you. But either way, it made you money. But it was only an 8 out of 10 cups, you know, it wasn't making you the 10 out of 10 cups. So there's better ways that you can make money, and Spirit is telling you, like, you know, you did the right thing, the right job by leaving, or the right job by saying no. So you may be saying no, like I said, or you may be walking away from a situation this month, which is causing the 5 of Swords to happen. And I feel like you're not going to be, it's not hearing like you're going to be struggling financially, because that isn't necessarily what this card is saying, but you may just feel like you've disappointed people by leaving them behind in terms of the career, and that's kind of making you feel a little bit guilty about having any money, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely not like you're making reams and reams of money this month, but it's not like you haven't got any. I feel like you guys probably have savings, or you have some kind of like financial net that is protecting you so that you can leave this job, or so that you can say no to the extra work. And even though you may, I don't want to hear that you're disappointing me, because I don't think that's the case, but you may feel like you're leaving people behind by doing this, like leaving in terms of like a job, so like leaving people behind in terms of like maybe you're leaving your boss behind and you're leaving them hanging a little bit, because, you know, have you ever been in that? I'm sure a lot of you understand what I mean. Like, I've definitely been in that situation where you've left a part-time job or a full-time job. I haven't had a full-time job really, but I've had part-time jobs, and I've left them kind of quite abruptly, like quite quickly, you know, given a few weeks notice, and you can tell they're like really annoyed. You think you're really annoying people, that they have to go find someone else, but they probably have that happen all the time, and it's probably not that big of a deal. But yeah, you know, you may be feeling like that this month, and I don't think your focus is going to be on career and money. I think not that your focus isn't going to be on it, because obviously a major part of your month is your career and money in this situation, but I feel like you're not going to be kind of worrying all the time about like your money, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of you have a safety net of money, and if you don't, then I think you're going to be fine in terms of money. I just think you may feel a little bit bad in terms of saying no to these like extra hours, or leaving this job, or whatever it is, however it resonates for you. And then moving on to love, we've got the 4 of Cups. So this just does imply to me that you guys are maybe feeling a little bit disappointed with all the cups you've been handed in love. I feel like you just haven't really had a lot of luck. If you're single, I feel like dating wise, maybe you just haven't had a lot of luck, or you just haven't really felt like dating recently. It just hasn't really been going very well. Maybe you've been handed people that are just like not what you want, or not kind of your vibe, or not what you're looking for, and I feel like you're just kind of a bit stagnant in love right now, not really feeling love right now. And I'm getting this as like a collective energy, to be honest, because I got this for Ponnaborn as well. But yeah, just an energy of not really feeling much going on in love right now, and not really feeling hopeful with love right now. But Spirit is telling me to have hope, because in the future things will be better in terms of love. But right now, it's probably not looking the best for you guys. But right now, you're probably not feeling the best about it, to be honest. I'm feeling quite a heavy energy, like a really heavy like chest and heart around love and around career at the moment. And especially around love, like just for the collective around love, I'm feeling like a lot of people are feeling this energy. And if you are in a relationship, this could just imply that like you're not really feeling like super, I don't want to say like not happy, but like you're not feeling super content in the relationship this month. Like maybe there's certain things that are just kind of disappointing you, and you're like, oh, the same thing over and over again. Like it could be something really small, like your partner keeps leaving, don't know, their shoes on the floor in the way every single day, and you're just like, oh, this over and over again, you know, and you're just kind of having this feeling of disappointment. And I don't want you guys to be like disheartened about that or anything. That is just a natural part of life. That does happen sometimes. But yeah, for a lot of you, I don't really think love is like your predominant focus. I think the main part of your month is kind of walking away from this job and kind of moving into different things, which we'll get to down here, not really focusing on love. And if you are feeling disappointed in love, I would say don't take it with a heavy heart. Just kind of, you know, allow yourself to feel it. I feel like you guys could be slightly sad this month about your love life. You may end up shedding a tear a little bit about it, but Spirit is telling me that like there's a brighter door on the other side. So yeah, I feel like nothing's really going to be happening. I just feel like you guys are going to be a little bit disappointed, like the same old. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Down here with the Two of Swords for links to spirituality, I feel like a lot of you guys this month are kind of blocking off any spiritual growth. I don't know why. It may be because, I mean, it kind of makes sense if you guys are feeling disheartened in your career, in terms of love as well. You may just be feeling like nothing is going well for you and you're just completely blocking off your heart chakra. And I feel like for a lot of you, maybe like heart chakra meditations may really help you opening kind of like your heart chakra and your throat chakra again. I'm hearing especially heart would really help you guys, because I feel like you've been through a lot, you know, and I'm really sorry if this month is slightly tough for you guys, because it does look quite difficult with quite a lot of obstacles going on with the leaving the career and, you know, the love being disappointing. But I feel like a lot of you are feeling quite blocked to love, blocked to any kind of spiritual growth right now, and maybe you're not really focusing on spirituality. I'm feeling some of you have actually given up on spirituality at the moment because you're just feeling like really hopeless in terms of like the universe is not giving you what you want. But please try and remain positive, because the more you remain positive, the more your manifestations will come true. And I'm feeling for a lot of you, manifesting may actually really help you. I'm feeling for a lot of you, you have a blank slate. Like, you may not have a job at the moment, or you may not really like your job at the moment, you may not really have anything going on in love at the moment. I feel like what you need to do is get a blank piece of paper and just write down what you want, or draw what you want, a blank canvas, do whatever you want, write down what you want and think about it really positively. And you can watch manifestation videos or videos on the law of attraction, that might really help you guys. But I feel like a lot of you are very blocked to it right now, and I think opening your heart chakra and opening kind of your eyes to all of that stuff may be really beneficial for you. So some of you, I'm hearing, already know about manifestation but you don't believe in it. And some of you don't really know what I'm on about, so go Google manifestation, law of attraction, and I feel like this will help you with your hopelessness. Obviously it's not for everyone, but for a lot of people this really helps them with their hopelessness. And I feel like when I was in this situation where I was disappointed in my career and in love and everything, I was feeling the same way. And when I found out about spirituality, especially meditation and manifestation, law of attraction, all of that kind of stuff, I really felt better and it really opened my eyes. And interestingly enough, for the challenges this month, guys, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So you guys are struggling to be the Nine of Pentacles. You guys are really struggling to kind of see your potential talents, see what you have to offer life. And I feel like a lot of you are feeling quite hopeless. So Spirit's really telling me to go out into nature. I'm really feeling that, like, go out into nature, connect with like the birds, the plants, anything around you, and this will bring you more abundance. And this will make you happier. And I feel like this is really interesting because in group 1, you guys can feel free to go and watch group 1 if you want. I'm actually getting a message or like a feeling that you guys in the future will be group 1. And group 1 was a very, without saying like, oh, that was a positive reading and that was a negative reading, but don't really like labeling them as that, but group 1 was definitely a very like abundant reading, and they'd kind of understood their self-love journey and they were kind of on this really positive journey of looking after themselves. So I'm feeling like for a lot of you, this is you in the future, and a lot of people that watch group 1, this was them in the past, with this kind of like different, more stagnant and more, I guess, I don't like saying difficult or negative because I hate putting that message out there for you guys, but the more stagnant energy here, I feel like was a lot of group 1 people in the past, and I feel like that might help you if you go and watch that reading and may give you some hope. So completely up to you, but group 1 was definitely a very abundant reading, and they actually had the Nine of Pentacles as their spiritual card, so it was actually here, and it was saying that like they're eventually understanding their gifts and they're feeling really abundant and they're feeling really good in themselves. So I think that this is something that you guys are struggling with, but something that you guys can definitely overcome and come to terms with. And yeah, I definitely feel like you guys should look more into spirituality. I'm feeling spirituality and nature will really help you this month. And then finally, for the good things about this month, we have the Nine of Swords. And I know a lot of you are going to look at this if you know tarot card readings and think, what are you on about? How is that a positive card? But this is basically saying that come the end of the month, you guys will probably have a lot less anxiety and a lot less stress. I feel like this picture right now, this image is a lot of you right now, like you're probably in bed at night waking up worrying or having nightmares about your life, feeling really distraught about your life, about your love life, about your career life, whether it's regards to any of your situation this month. I feel like you guys are feeling quite hopeless and maybe a bit anxious and stressed this month, which is completely understandable considering all of the things that are going on. However, I feel like come the end of the month, Spirit is telling me that your anxiety will be lessened. I'm not saying it's 100% going to go away, but we're hearing that it's going to be lessened. You're not going to be in this image anymore. You're probably going to be getting a lot more sleep, and you'll be a lot more happier come the end of the month. You'll be in a lot more of a neutral energy, whereas I'm feeling right now you're probably on the scale of like neutral, positive, negative. You're probably feeling a little bit more negative this month, and I think come the end of the month you're going to be more neutral, if not more positive, but I'm feeling neutral for a lot of you is more realistic right now. So yeah, despite this being quite a heavy month for you guys and quite a lot going on in terms of like maybe leaving a job, maybe saying no to certain things in your job, maybe feeling slightly disappointed in love, being slightly blocked in your heart chakra, I think there's definitely things you can do to kind of make your abundance more and make yourself feel better emotionally. So like I said, doing meditation, trying out manifestations, looking more into spirituality, I think will all really, really help you guys. And I think once you do that and once you get through this hard month, you're going to feel a lot better at the end of it, and you're going to have a lot less anxiety and stress about the future at the end of it. So I'm definitely feeling like, even though this is quite a heavy month, at the end you're going to feel much more positive and much better about your life, and things are going to be better. So fingers crossed. So I'm sure everything will work out for you guys, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching this reading. I hope that you end up having a good month. I hope that everything ends up working out for you. Do you know what? I'm not even going to say that because I know everything will end up working out for you. The universe has a wild way of working where things like this may be going on, but then a few months down the line, you're going to feel so much better. So please keep hope. Please have hope, guys. I assure you things will get better. I love you all. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video, I hope. Please subscribe and everything, and let me know how this resonated. And I'm now going to move on to pile number 3. Hello to all my friends that picked pile number 3, or the malachite crystal here. We are going to get on with your reading now. So I'm going to start off by cutting the deck. I always like to do this just to kind of get a good energy and kind of just reset the pile. So we're going to start off with your career for November 2021. I'm hearing the green light, like green light go, so I don't know what that means, but that may have some kind of relation to you guys. Career for pile number 3, November 2021. Career for pile number 3, November 2021. Okay, and we've got the King of Wands. I'm not taking reversals, by the way, today. I'm just going to be taking upright cards, and that's what I felt earlier, so that is what I'm going to be doing. Move that down for you a bit. There we go. So we got the King of Wands for your career. And then in terms of monetary values, in terms of finances, pile number 3's woo situation. Okay, and we've got the 3 of Cups. In terms of love, what is happening for pile number 3 in November 2021? In terms of love, what is happening for pile number 3 in November 2021? Okay, and this card wanted to come out. Temperance. Okay, lovely. In terms of spirituality, what is happening for pile number 3 in November 2021? In terms of spirituality, what is happening? Whoa, loads of cards just came out as well. We're going to just do that again because literally like 10 cards came out. Pile number 3, spirituality, November 2021. Pile number 3, spirituality, November 2021. Okay, and then we've got the Knight of Wands. Eventually we got a card that came out that wanted to not fly out at me. I feel like cards are flying out this month for everyone. Every single pile I've done, cards have just been coming at me. So I feel like something is going on this month, like a lot is happening. Okay, and then we've got the challenges faced this month by pile number 3. Challenges faced this month by pile number 3. Ah, we've got the Sun. Interesting, for a challenges card. Interesting. And then we've got, okay, pile number 3's positives this month. Pile number 3's positives this month in November 2021. Pile number 3's positives this month in November 2021. I'm feeling to take this card that came on top, so we're going to do that. Okay guys, very interesting. We have 2 major arcana in this deck, in the spread, which is really interesting. And we actually haven't had many major arcana in any of the other piles. I think we had like the Hermit card in the first pile and that was it. But yeah, we've got the Sun and Temperance in this pile. We've got Wand energy. First time wands have come up in today's readings as well. We've got a little bit of Cups and a little bit of Swords. So mostly fire energy is what I'm feeling. A little bit of kind of Cups and a tiny bit of Swords, so a little bit of water energy, a little bit of air. So for all my pile number 3s, I've just had a quick look at these cards and I am seeing a lot of different energies in these cards, which is really exciting. So starting over here with the King of Wands, this is meant to be representing your career. So in terms of your career, I'm feeling a lot of you are going to be looked up to, you're going to be admired, looked up to as a leader. You may actually be a leader in a kind of business or a leader in your job. So maybe for a lot of you, I'm feeling like you have either your own job or you're like very high up in your job, which is nice. If you're not and you're like younger, then it could just be that you're doing really well, like maybe you're like top of your class, or you're like looked up to as like being the one that always knows the information, or you're kind of looked up to, even if you're in like a part-time job, you're kind of looked up to there, and you know, people feel like you know everything and that you're not like a know-it-all, but like people feel like you know everything, like you're a leader and that people would look to you for advice. So that's really, really nice and really positive for your career. I'm feeling that you guys are content with your career, you're happy in your career, and you're quite passionate about it, because fire is usually quite passionate, like Wands energy. So yeah, I'm feeling like a leader, you're kind of conquering the world, and I'm feeling you're feeling really content with that, so that's amazing. And like I said, other people will respect you. So in terms of money, I feel like with the 3 of Cups, this is all about celebration. I'm feeling you guys are earning quite a good wage, if I may say so myself. I feel like this is heavily linked, like career and money are obviously very, very linked. And I feel like you guys are just earning quite a lot in your career and you're feeling very positive about that. You also are probably surrounded by people in your career that really respect you and really honour you, like I said earlier. And this probably makes you more abundance and probably more financial abundance as well. I feel like a lot of you have people working for you. This could even be the people you work with or the people who work under you, but they actually want to celebrate with you. I'm feeling like you are friends with everyone you work with, whether you're, you know, even though you're seen as a leader, you feel like you're a leader, but you don't feel like you're that rude boss. You know, you're not that rude boss that everyone avoids. You're like that boss that everyone wants to be around, and that's really, really positive. And this month is definitely showing up that you guys are a leader, but you're spending time with people. This does also sometimes indicate something a little bit bigger, like a marriage or I think like a pregnancy and things like that. It can mean like celebrations like that. So it could be that your money is going towards that. Maybe someone's getting married, or maybe a big celebration's happening with someone you know. For some of you, I don't know why, I'm hearing your kid or your child has graduated. But yeah, I'm feeling for a lot of you that like this is really positive and that you're celebrating a lot with your money. You may also be going out with friends with your money and partying a little bit with your money because you have enough of it and because you're like wanting to have a good time. And I'm feeling a lot of you, like I said, get along well with your co-workers despite being in this leadership energy. So even if you're not in a job, you know, in the typical leadership situation where you're like the corporate manager of a company or something like that, you may be just high up in your class at uni, and despite being really clever at school and at uni, you still view everyone as equal and you still go and enjoy that success with everyone else. You know, you celebrate everyone else's successes as well, not just your own. And you're definitely that kind of person that isn't just out for themselves, you're out for everyone else as well. And I think that's a really nice energy that's showing this month with your money. Probably going to be quite social this month with your money, and you're probably going to enjoy splashing the cash a little bit, and I feel like you have enough to do that, so I wouldn't worry about that. In terms of love, we've got Temperance, so I feel like you guys are getting into balance with love. So if you're dating, it may be that you're expecting the same, which we should always expect, by the way, the same from someone else as you're offering. So say you're offering a whole cup to someone, you expect a whole cup back, and I feel like you're really wanting that, and you're really wanting peace and harmony in love if you are dating. I feel like a lot of you are in relationships though, and this does indicate good relationships coming in, so, or already being established, or already established relationships going well. So it could be that you guys are in a relationship and it's just very balanced this month and you're putting in equal effort and you're both extremely happy with that. Or it could be that you're not in a relationship and you're looking to date, but you are expecting the same amount back, and I feel like you're going to get that here. I feel like that's definitely going to come in for you. You may end up going on a date that's very balanced and you feel like the person wants to offer you the same as what you want to offer them, and that's really great. But some of you may just be in a situation where you're not And some of you, if you're in like a situationship or something, I feel like the person is going to end up offering you, or someone is going to end up offering you the same back as what you want. Or they're just going to match your values, and this is really beneficial. It shows balance, it shows peace and harmony and happiness, and like I said, relationships are indicated here, so if you've been wanting that, it's definitely coming up for you. And if you've been wanting to improve your relationship that you're currently in, then it's definitely going to be improved and balanced this month, which is great. Moving on to the Knight of Wands, this is in terms of your spirituality. So with the Knight of Wands, this is a lot about like passion and kind of like feeling inspired and things like that. So you guys, you may be inspired at the moment to get more into spirituality, or you may just be inspired by everything that's going on in your life and feeling really positive about things. I'm not feeling much for this card, I'm just feeling you guys are feeling positive about your life right now, and maybe your manifestations here have all come true, so you're like pretty chill about it and you're loving your life and you're feeling really passionate about life and really happy and carefree and just kind of riding your horse and going through all of this amazing stuff. So I'm feeling, for most of you, feeling really good, and spiritually you're feeling really good. Definitely not hopeless, but definitely not like super invested in it. So quite different to the other two groups, because I think it was group 1 that were very much like in a hermit energy, having like a spiritual awakening, and group 2 were very like closed off spiritually. I feel like things have been working out for you, so you're feeling really positive spiritually and you're feeling like really great. In terms of like spirituality and whatever you believe in, you're feeling like everything's working out for your highest good and everything's working out amazingly. And then moving on to the Sun card. So this is really interesting because this is actually showing your challenges this month, and the Sun card to represent challenges is wild and wacky, because the Sun card literally represents the opposite of challenges most of the time. So I think maybe some of you, maybe I am hearing that some of you, when I shuffled as well, I heard this, that some of you, only for a select few of you, aren't appreciating what you necessarily have. So you have all of this, but you're not necessarily appreciating it. I think gratitude is definitely necessary for the universe to care. So maybe writing a gratitude journal, or just writing down a few things, or thinking of a few things you're grateful for every day, will really help you this month. And if you're not struggling with that and you're super grateful for everything in your life, this could just be that you need to like just embrace the energy. I don't really feel like there are honestly any challenges this month, you guys, like not really. Obviously we all have little challenges, but I'm feeling overall like your guys' reading is extremely positive, and I don't like to label readings as positive and negative and like black and white, but it is a very joyful reading, to be honest, and very like, I just feel like you guys are content with every aspect of your life. And if you're not showing enough gratitude, definitely show more. And even if you are showing gratitude, maybe literally say things every day that you're grateful for. And I feel like this is just going to make more of your manifestations come true. And I feel like you guys are in a really good energy right now to manifest more, even if you have everything you want, because you're in such a positive energy, you can manifest more. So yeah, definitely very interesting for the Sun card to come up as a challenge, but I think it's just on about showing more gratitude for what you have. I think that's what Spirit wants you to do. And then looking at your positives for the month, we got Page of Swords. So at the end of the month, I'm feeling, I don't even know why I said that, because this is meant to be a November reading, but apparently at the end of the month, because that is what was in my head, you're going to have a lot more ideas, and I feel like ideas will be flowing. Air energy is represented by swords. Sorry guys, my camera died, but I was just saying that basically the Page of Swords represents air signs, because swords represent air signs, and Page of Swords always reminds me of so many air signs I know. I actually am always very drawn to air signs, just a fun fact. Literally like most guys I've dated have been air signs. I think it's just because I really find like them really interesting, like Geminis, Libras, Aquarius, like they always have so much to say, and they always are like so witty and so intellectual, and they have so many ideas and so many things to talk about, and I absolutely love that. I really bounce off that. So anyway, that was a rant about myself for some reason, but yeah, in terms of the Page of Swords, like I really think that this means just like there's loads of new ideas, fresh ideas come in for you guys come the end of the month, and it's really interesting. I feel like the Page of Swords really links in with this King of Wands over here. I think maybe the Page of Swords is a reason why you guys have that king leadership energy, because you have so many ideas, because you're so witty, because you're so intelligent, and I feel like this is why people always admire you and why people will be admiring you this month. And I'm also getting the message that for a lot of you, you may be younger but in a high role, so you may be like, you know, for example, a 30-year-old who's like a head teacher or something like that. I know that's probably not even a thing, but you know what I mean, like someone who's young but is in like a really good position in their life, and people can see you as like a leader, even if you're like 20, you know, and you're in school. People see you as like a leader at your university because you're intelligent and you have so many ideas, and people are like, oh, that's so great. So I feel like you're getting more fresh ideas due to being in this amazing energy this month. And I think at the end of this month, coming up at the end of November and going into December, you guys are going to be able to use these fresh new ideas to enhance your leadership qualities and your friendship qualities even more. And I also do want to note that air signs usually have quite a lot of friends, because I feel like they're just very good at talking to people and very like intellectual and interesting. So yeah, that could also be you guys, or probably is you guys. That's the energy I'm getting. But yeah, definitely more ideas at the end of the month, which is obviously just going to help you in your life cycle. So yeah, this month is looking really positive and really nice for you guys, and yeah, super like enthusiastic and great. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I am now completely done with the readings. So I hope you all enjoyed this, if anyone is even watching to this point. If you did, let me know how it resonated. I'd love to hear your stories in the comments. And let me know what other videos you'd love to see me do. I'm going to try and upload once a week, so let me know what you want and I will 100% do it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon, my spiritual queens. Goodbye.